Under the age of 25, I worked in retail and in restaurants. I specifically Circuit City and places like Panera Bread or a pizza place. Nothing, no 5-star, whatever the fuck. And I wasn't working for Rolex. I was bullshit. You know what I mean? And specifically in Circuit City, I worked in the small electronics and software department. And these yuppie scum would come in and test out the small electronics. Do you have any classical music we could play on this fucking boombox? Like, bitch, you're in my world. I'm gonna play whatever I want to play on this fucking boombox. I need to speak to the manager. He can't save you now, honey. He can't save you now. And that was the first time I got written up at Circuit City. Second time, we got hip to the fact that there were people stealing video games with a shopping bag lined with tinfoil so the alarm wouldn't go off. And wouldn't you know, who won the pony? They came into my department, and I grabbed the fire extinguisher. And the second I was going to pull the pin, the store manager came and basically tackled me and, said, that's not how we handle that. And so there was a time where some store manager and a district manager had it out for me. And they pulled me into the office and started giving me the riot act, and I snapped. I said, motherfucker. And I just ripped them a new one for 5 minutes, and then they just kind of looked at me like, well, we can't really have disgruntled employees working here, so if I can go back in time, I would have kicked the shit out of both of them and then really given them, a reason to feel special. But mind you, I was making $10 an hour. All that for $10 an hour. It was like a challenge. It was like going to work every day. It was like a challenge. Like, who can I fucking kill today? And that's ridiculous. I wasn't even making a living. I filled my gas tank up. I bought a pack of cigarettes. I bought some Dollar Menu, and the rest went to my rent. I couldn't even make a living off of that. $10 an hour in 2001, 2002. So when I finally that happened, I just went to the music section. I got a stack of CDs, and I just walked out. That was my severance. And the same thing with restaurants. When I worked at Panera Bread or someplace like that, some soup and bread company. And I walked in one day and I forgot my little hat. And the store manager ripped me a new one. I was like, oh yeah, bitch. And I went to the freezer and I grabbed one of those big, the soup, like the cheddar broccoli soup or whatever. They come in basically garbage bags full of, they just put them in a hopper and boiler, and it just warms up the soup. So it was a big frozen bag, like this big of cheddar broccoli soup. So I grabbed it, took it under my arm, walked out the back door, and that was the end of my career at Panera Bread for $7 an hour. But again, I wasn't properly medicated back then. And I was more willing to fight for bullshit and die on certain hills that nowadays I wouldn't even give the time of day to, let alone actually, fight. Yeah. And they were just throwaway jobs that I could work while I was doing sketch comedy and wrestling, and shut my father up, or just keep food on the, or not even food on the table, but just Dollar Menu in my belly and cheap tobacco in my lungs and gas in my tank so I could go to the next gig or whatever. I guess the point of my story is maximize your earning potential as soon as possible, right out of high school. And if you're working a minimum wage job, don't take any shit. They're nobodies. They'll always be nobodies. Always. Not worth your time. Not worth your time. Your energy, your brain cells, they ain't worth it.